Gemini, hi. This will be a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you enjoy it, if it resonates, feel free to like and subscribe. If you want to check out the Patreon or book a personal, all of that information can be found in the description below. Okay. So you might be feeling enthused. It seems like there's sort of a lot of ideas here. You're represented by the Page of Wands. So this is an inspired energy, maybe a little bit sporadic or less developed in some ways. Like it would be considered a more immature or younger card, but it's passionate. It's moving, and it makes sense with the Eight of Wands on your mind, because it's sort of like a lot of ideas or creative inspiration, or really wanting to see results, or maybe receiving some kind of information. And behind you, I feel like there's been quite a bit of bitterness or frustration, or feeling stuck, or sort of always feeling like very burdened. But I feel like you're kind of in the process of working through that. And it's cool because the development ahead of you is the Knight of Wands. So it's almost like you're starting to put some of this inspiration to use or into action in some way. Maybe really going through some healing cycles, or addressing some pain, or making adjustments that are necessary. It's interesting because I kind of get the impression of working your way through hardship, working your way through some difficulties. You also may have someone around you who is like kind of, I wouldn't say chaotic, but very driven, or like focused, but like intensely so. They could even have a bit of an edge to them in some way. But also I will say this, it does seem like there's a lot of effort and labor being put in here, maybe on both sides, right? And the outcome does seem like it maybe takes some time, but you do find a sense of celebration or healing here in some way. It seems like you're in the process of getting through difficulty or struggles, and that could be within a relationship too, if that fits better. Or there definitely does seem to be another person or other people relevant to the reading. I feel like you really don't want to feel restricted in a sense. I kind of, I feel like you're kind of you might be contemplating ideas or ways to improve your situation or advance your situation. Clarify four of Wands. And you may be looking at some of your relationships as burdensome, or debating if it kind of is a burden, or if you want to be there maybe. Because it does seem sort of frustrating. And I gotta say, the outcome is the Nine of Pentacles, so that does kind of seem to lead towards a more independent kind of energy. Yeah, like, I'll say that you could be strategizing your way through a situation. I'm not sure if you maybe have some ideas that you're putting together that you're just like keeping to yourself, or if you maybe like up and leave a situation for the sake of like your own improvement. Or, you could be healing, like your advice would be to refine certain aspects of yourself. So, it could be walking away from an old way of doing things. Like that could be anything from like bad habits to overspending. Also, there could be some good news that comes in, like things could sort of pick up here. But I also feel like there's a need to sort of defend your feelings in a way, or defend what you're wanting to do. Yeah, and your advice is if there is relationship issues, to maybe balance that out. Especially, you might be wondering if there's like a third party interrupting, or you may be interested in a third party. I feel like you're maybe gathering information in some way, but I don't know. I feel like it kind of balances out though, because the outcome seems to very much stabilize. I feel like I feel like there's a need for cohesion in your relationships, and sort of a need for things to be stable and calm in order for finances to improve, or for you both maybe to just develop on the track that you're going. Whatever issues are there, they do seem to resolve. I mean, some of you may just flat out like leave a situation, but for others of you, I do think that particularly in your relationships, things could balance out. Yeah, I mean, look, King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So, hang in there if you're having doubts, because it doesn't seem to be as lost as maybe you feel like it is sometimes. So, Gemini, I'm going to take this to the extended version over on my Patreon. If you want to join me there, again, that is the first link in the description below. And that is a great way to support the channel and me as an independent creative and artist. So if you want to check that out, definitely do. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great night.